game number 4 is getting underway right now, and Ek0p is on match point. He is hungry for that win, and if Powder wants to continue his winning record, he's going to need to pick up one here tonight and make sure he stays on the right track.
Yeah, Powder needing a win to really keep pushing towards those playoffs. Ek0p just trying to get back into the playoff picture, and Ek0p queuing up one of my favorite decks here in Hearthstone right now.
Yeah, Zoo is such a powerful deck right now. It's made a lot of shifts since its very early stages, kind of going more towards the mid and late game. A few choices.
That is a misdirection.
Whoa, Powder. He's playing his own face hunter here, and misdirection is kind of one of those tricky cards. Can really catch people off guard in the right situations, but I don't know if he's necessarily expecting an aggressive build from Ek0p.
Yeah, now we've seen some interesting cards so far here on HPL. We've seen Snipes, things like that happen. King Moklas, but we haven't seen a whole lot of misdirection.
Yeah, Era's played misdirection a lot. He's even said he doesn't think that misdirection is that great of a card. He just thinks that if you can catch people off guard in the right spots, that you can do a lot of damage with it, and that's really the big talking point here.
And that's a Dark Bomb in Ek0p's deck as well. That's a card you don't always see in these Zoo variants.
Yeah, I'm curious exactly what this is aimed at, because the last time I've seen this in Zoo was right about when this card was released. A lot of people were playing it because Soulfire had just gotten moved up to 1 mana and they were trying to find alternatives. People ended up going for Power Overwhelming, but if he's got Dark Bomb in here, it's got to be for a very specific reason. I'm curious just exactly what that is.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of having Power Overwhelming and Implosion as like your only interaction type cards.
Yeah, so Glaive going to make sure he can clean this board.
Really clean this whole board up.
One of the ways that Hunter can actually win in this matchup, even despite the fact that it's Face Hunter, is you can just disrupt your opponent's curve and actually leverage their hero power against them. They're dealing 2 damage to themselves. Yours is also dealing 2 damage. If they can't put together a big assault, it's difficult for them to actually close out a game.
Yeah, and you're seeing that right here is exactly what Powder is going to be doing this game.
Yep, he's actually going to set up this Eagle Horn bow too. I love this play from him. He knows that his turn 4 is looking like misdirection hero power anyway. Why not get the bow on the board?
Yeah, get the bow on the board. Let's get an extra charge out of it. Ek0p's going to run right into whatever the secret is, most likely so.
Yeah, I would fully expect him to do so as well. And he's not going to be expecting a misdirection here. Going to effectively heal for 2 and deal 2 damage. Not a bad card, I'd say, but it's also going to put another charge on the bow, so that's 5 damage in the long haul.
Yeah, it looks like something very, very small, but it's going to add up to a lot as the span of the game goes on.
Yeah, he's going to add Void Caller.
Oh, if he adds Void Caller, there's a chance that it could actually just attack the Void Caller first.
Yeah, I think he should be playing, if he's going to play Void Caller, he should be playing it first, because, looking at his hand, he obviously wants his Mal'Ganis to hit play.
Yeah, in case it's something like Explosive Trap, you want the damage on it so you can trade sooner.
And you could even Dark Bomb your own Void Caller to get Mal'Ganis into play. He's just going to go with Nerubian Egg, though. This tells me that he expects this to be Explosive Trap more often than not.
Now, it's pretty cool. If he does play Nerubian Egg, he gets some splash damage against something like Explosive Trap. Say the Imp Gang boss attacks his Nerubian Egg, then he gets the 4/4 out of the deal.
Yeah, there are some beneficial situations here, but the big one is that he's actually got to race against what Powder's throwing at him. Seeing this kind of play from Powder, you have to expect some utility damage to be, or some burst damage to be added behind this. A little bit of a fake out there.
The one that it goes to first is never the one that attacks.
It feels that way. That's why it's misdirection.
Yeah, you can see Ek0p kind of shaking his head like, come on.
Haunted Creeper likely to be added to this board. But Ek0p finds himself on the back foot. He needs to get this Mal'Ganis in play, but he's only got one way to do it, really.
And you're seeing what we talked about with early in this Warlock deck. It's so resilient. Its threats are maybe like a tiny bit slower than, say, the Face Hunter decks. It doesn't come out as fast because this is an aggressive deck at heart, but it scales so well. It's a little bit more of a mid-range deck with a lot of power behind it.
Yeah, so Void Caller going to add to this board, continues to have to take the risk of Unleash the Hounds against him. It's the last thing he wants to see, but he's got to do something.
Yeah, and he's not going to play this Flame Imp because of Unleash the Hounds and taking 3, and there's Unleash the Hounds right there.
Geez. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Powder
has got 1 point of overkill in this game, and he's going to send this one to a game number 5. Aggression seems to be getting the better side of the deals in these matches so far. Whoever can turn the corner and start applying pressure, they're the ones who have the advantage.
Yeah, besides the 70 points of damage from Ek0p in the game earlier, we've seen these aggressive decks just take it away very easily here in this match.